Head over to miniaturemarket.com where they have thousands of board games at discounted prices, and you can sign up for product alerts. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Recently, I posted a vlog of where I went to Napa for a saxophone serenade inspirations where I saw my favorite living saxophone player. And I was using all sorts of different equipment, new cameras, new mics, and some of the things were good and some of the audio was very bad, but it was very loud out there and certain like that. So I've gotten some new equipment. I started to play around with it and test it, and I have gotten a lot of feedback from people saying they'd love to see more behind the scenes of the gear I use and how I test things. And so this is that. I'm basically playing with some different equipment and showing you what I came up with. So recently I bought a GoPro 10. Now this is actually 11 because right after I bought it and I shot that video of the vlog, and by the way, if you haven't seen it, you can click it. I'll put that link below and you can click there. I returned the 10 because as I was making that video, the 11 was announced. So I returned the 10, got the 11, but I also got the media mod. The media mod just kind of this slides into this. And now you have a front and back mic with a windscreen, but now you can also use an external mic as well. You can't do that with just the basic GoPro. So I'm gonna be testing both the front and back media mod mics and an external mic, a little lavalier. Now the little lavalier that I got is a cheap little thing off Amazon. It's like a $20 thing. It's an Olympus ME52W. I will put the link in the description. It's a noise canceling microphone. The other one I'm doing the test on is my iPhone 13 Pro Max. Just was trying that on the vlog and trying it today with the different tests. I had bought a little wireless mic for that too, a little cheap one off Amazon, 30 bucks. This is the MyBesta WM151, it says on the box, but on Amazon it says the AN151. And both mics, so this and the lavalier mic I'm using on the GoPro are $30 mics, but you'll be amazed at how much better it sounds when there's noise going on. So I'm gonna show you a bunch of tests of walking into loud corners with cars going and then walking home and doing a multicam clip of doing them simultaneously so you can hear the differences between the GoPro with the media mod mics and the external differently, and the iPhone with and without this at sometimes, and seeing which one I'm gonna use for controlled or non-controlled environments. Let's give you a sort of behind the scenes of how I test some equipment and such. So let's go. All right, so I am recording on normal, standard everything. I've got the audio playing behind me just to see what it will sound like. All right, so it's playing now, but does the mic change like this? How about if I change it like this? Now I'm talking, and it's showing that. All right, so now I have the front mic turned on the media mod. I'm gonna hit it right now. Hello, hello, hello. It should be, the front should be on. Now let's see, the game is playing now just like before. It's about the same volume. But now I'm trying to see, like, how does this do with the vlogging with the noise behind me, with the road noise, Not sure how it will do, so we'll give it a test. Now I'm talking from behind the front mic. Should be picking up the TV better than me right now. All right, so now I am using the back of the mic from the media mod. And so this should be picking up my voice a lot better than the audio, even though the audio from the TV is shooting right at it. Let me pause for a second. So when I talk, it should be a lot louder than that commercial, hopefully. I'm hoping. Now let's do it the other way. Now, really, you should be getting more audio from the TV because I have it set to the back. Now I have my external mic plugged in. You should be able to hear it like this. Okay, so hopefully that's on right now. And I don't mind having the external mic on. I want to test how it sounds. So I have the TV on the other side. It's coming from the back side of this right now, or in front of you, I guess. Now let's hear me, and now let's listen to the coverage of the game. So now theoretically, I should be able to turn this around and it should sound exactly the same. Meaning while the game's on, you should be able to hear me perfectly. and you probably shouldn't be able to hear the game that well, even when I'm not talking. All right, so now I'm checking that wireless iPhone mic. I have not, through all these tests on the couch here, I have not played with the audio at all on the TV. I've kept it all the same level. Of course, the different crowd noise and such is going to change depending on what's going on in there. But this is using this little wireless mic here for the iPhone. See how this sounds? Let's listen to the noise. So there you go. So that you can see how that on a, in a somewhat controlled environment, how this sounds different to the GoPro with the Media Mod mics and the lavalier mic on that. And now this is what it sounds like with just the regular mic without without the wireless mic on the iPhone there. So listen to the background. So there you go. So that's what it sounds like in comparison to the wireless mic on the iPhone. All right, I got the mic on right now, the lavalier. It's a really loud motorcycle right there with a lot of music playing. Hopefully it's not too loud. Now they're taking off. But I'm using the lavalier, so it's probably still going to be pretty loud. But hopefully it won't be too loud like that. And now I'm going to show it this way. And again, it shouldn't matter. So listen to this car coming by. Shouldn't matter. Look at this car coming by. Shouldn't matter. Should be about the same because that's using the so yeah, so just using the same old lavalier here should be okay regardless of which cars are coming. Here's some cars coming right now. Let's listen to it as I just talk as normally. Yep, it's going to be like that, and I could just show it that way and it's still going like that normal. Here comes another car, and because I'm using the lavalier, it shouldn't be too bad. All right, so now we're using the mod mic. We're using the front one. So it should be mine, but I bet you the cars are louder doing it this way. So yeah, so here comes some cars on the other side of the road. But again, I'm using the mic right on the GoPro, but using the front side. So I'm guessing this is gonna be louder than the lavalier mic that I just used. Here comes a car right now. It's gonna go right past me. Yeah, this one right there just went right past me. Now I'm gonna do the other side. All right, now obviously at this point you can't hear me too well, so let's do this. Now we're doing the back of the mic, so you should hear me better now. You should hear me less now because the mic's going in the back. So I've got the back of the mic here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna test and see what this sounds like. There's some music coming from Dutch Brothers right now. I shouldn't be able to hear it too much. Okay, there's a car right there. Shouldn't be able to hear it that much. Here comes some cars. So how bad is it? Can you hear me pretty good here? There's gonna be, these cars are gonna take off right now. Right here, it's not gonna be too loud, but. All right, let's see this. Now when these cars take off, here they go. I got this back here and I'm talking, and you should be able to hear me better than the cars, but I doubt you'll be able to hear me better than what I had with the lavalier. So this is just to see, like, when I'm on the road noise and stuff, can I actually check and see, does the lavalier better? All right, so now I'm using both cameras. I've got the GoPro with the lavalier mic on, and I've got the iPhone with this other wireless mic on. It's kind of off to the side right now. Okay, so once I get that thing done, what I'm checking is which one sounds better. So there's cars on the opposite side of the street right now. They're going that way like this. And I'm gonna see when these cars take off, I wanna see what happens, like which mic is better, which one's better with noise. Here come these cars right now. Okay, these are pretty loud. Let's see which one sounds better. We've got the GoPro and we've got the other one. This is gonna be a great test to see. Here comes some loud cars coming right by us right now. I'm just gonna keep talking like I'm normal. We'll see which one gives us the better audio between the iPhone and the GoPro. So this would be a great test. All right, so now we get this test going again. I'm looking right to the sun, so it's a little kind of crazy. But right now I've got both the iPhone and the GoPro on me. I've got them basically right next to each other. The one's on the left and one's on the right. I'm using the lavalier mic from the GoPro, and I'm using the just the iPhone, the wireless mic on the iPhone. The GoPro is easier to hold. I'm not holding either of these with like a little shorty or anything. I'm just holding them right in my hand. I do have a gimbal for the iPhone, so the iPhone itself would probably be like a lot more stable than this normally. So we're trying to test this out to see how this works. We'll maybe do like a multicam clip to see how this works right here. But obviously with the iPhone, I don't have a wire. It's just wireless, which actually it might be a little easy to lose by accident, but shouldn't be that bad to you don't have that wire there, where this, you have the wire. It's not that big a deal. It's just, it's one more thing to do. It's one more thing to keep track of. I do like that I can like easily switch this like this. Like the GoPro now, I can go the other side. So if I'm looking at something and something happens, I can just kind of go like that. With the iPhone, I can't. I have to stop the video in order to flip the screen once you start video. So, the GoPro might be a little bit more flexible in that regard, because I'll be able to kind of do that. So, yeah, I'm going to guess that the GoPro is definitely more stable because it's meant to be stable like this. But again, the iPhone, there's some cars going by right now. Let's see which one sounds better. But the iPhone itself, I do have a gimbal for this, so I could make this smoother. I'm kind of curious on how the video quality looks between the two of these. Testing this out. And I'll just look straight forward and see how those angles look, and like about there, and I'll just look about forward, see how that looks. Yeah, I kind of wish I brought the gimbal, because it's not going to be a fair comparison on the shaking and the mobility of the iPhone, because again, it's definitely moving around a lot more than the GoPro. But then again, like I said, shouldn't matter. So we're going to try this in a combined clip, a multicam clip, so I can easily switch right behind. So like, let's say, hey, I switched to the iPhone. Now we're talking about the iPhone right now. And hey, I'm going to switch to the GoPro, and see how that is. And then, just be able to switch back and forth and see which one it is. I think I'm betting that the iPhone's audio is going to be better with this little wireless mic. And it's definitely more convenient, but it's not as small. Like the GoPro is really convenient. It's so small. But the battery life isn't as good. I like having the GoPro because I don't have to worry about like calls coming in and texts coming in and all that sort of stuff like with the iPhone, So that's the walk back in both mics. And we're gonna check and see. Again, I love being able to just flip this around and look at stuff, or I can't do that with the iPhone. So we're about to walk home here, and let's go check this footage out. So now what I got is I'm in a very controlled environment. There's no noise. I'm in the studio downstairs, in the game studio where all the games are. You can see as I go around here, and you'll see the sports bar right there. It's usually all lit up down here, all cool and stuff. But right now it's just the studio. But this is just to give you an idea of how both mics sound. So again, on the iPhone, I have this little wireless mic there. And on the GoPro, I'm using right now the wired lavalier mic right to the media mod on the GoPro 11. So now, as we saw outdoors, I felt like the media mod was, with the lavalier, was the best. It got like, I think it got like the best sound to noise ratio, meaning like the noise was very low. The sound was a little bit lower too, but it was way clearer. So here in a very controlled environment, I'm gonna guess that this is gonna be about the same. So hopefully I could use like either of these setups, but if I'm outdoors at all, or there's any background noise, if I'm in an uncontrolled environment, the GoPro with the lavalier seems to be a lot better. And again, this is just a cheap little iPhone mic. It's only like a $30 mic. I have some better ones for my studio that I could get an adapter and put them onto this to the iPhone. And that probably would do a better job, I'm guessing, but maybe it does have a lot to do with the preamp in the iPhone. I'm not sure. So this is that, and now we're going to check out the media mod mics. All right, so we're still here in the studio, and now I've taken out the lavalier. Even though it's still on my chest, it is out. So we're using the front mic, which is the one right on the right of the camera there. Again, is the GoPro 11, Hero 11, with the media mod using just the front mic here, and in just a moment, I'll do the back here. All right, and now here's the media mod mic, not the lavalier with the backside, and yeah. So now basically like as if I'm doing a little scrolling here, but you should be able to hear me pretty good because it's coming from the back. So all these different things here. So that should give you an idea of how the media mods sound in a very controlled environment versus the lavalier versus the iPhone with that little wireless mic. All right, well, there you go. I hope you enjoyed seeing that and seeing me mess with the different sounds. And for me, it was pretty clear after looking at this that, you know, if I can't control the sounds, meaning I'm not in a studio, I'm not in my basement, I'm not in a place where I can control the sound, and I'm gonna be, but the thing is, when I'm in my studio and using it, I'm gonna be using my own normal sort of studio equipment. Maybe we'll do some more videos later about all that stuff. If it's something you're interested, if you are, let me know in the comments what you'd like to see, give me a thumbs up. But if I'm basically vlogging and I can control, if I'm on the road but I can control the noise, like maybe I'm in a car that's sitting still, or maybe I'm in a hotel room or something like that, and I want to bring all my studio gear, if I can't control the noises but I'm on the road and I want to use something easy to lug around and such, at least for what I've tried here, the GoPro 11 with the media mod, but using the external lav mic was the best by far. Even the media mod mics, I didn't do the test without the media mod mics, but I can tell you they are worse than the media mod mics. But when you put the external mic on there, it made the media mod ones not as good because they still gathered quite a bit more noise. Because it's just a shotgun mic, right? It's going to you, it's going to my face, but it's going everything that's behind me too. And it's still sort of getting a lot of things around me, even though it's not really supposed to, but it's definitely better than the original mics that were built into this. But it wasn't as good as having the lav, like right up against my chest there, where that was a noise canceling mic, and that one just did a lot better. The levels were a little lower, but overall, if you're in noise, that was better. Also, just to note that little mic that I use, the little lav, when you get audio in that, like I use Final Cut Pro to edit, and when I bring it in, it's only on the right side. It'll only come on the one side of your editing tool. You have to figure out which way, how to like make it come through both sounds. Like in Final Cut Pro, you just select it and you say dual mono and it comes on both sides. But if you're on other tools, so just know if you get that mic and you're messing with it and you only say, hey, I only get sound on one side, that's pretty normal for that mic because it's a mono mic. You just have to put that on both sides depending on what software you're using. Now for the iPhone, if you're old, like, so you might be saying, well, what would you have done if you only had the iPhone? Like if I only had the iPhone, definitely the little wireless lav was better. As you could see, even when I was just sitting there with the TV in the background, that without the wireless lav, there was a lot of, the background noise from the TV was just, it's huge, it's loud, it's getting everything. With the lav mic, the wireless lav mic for the iPhone, it did make it better. It was only 30 bucks. So if you're doing any type of recording on your iPhone or anything like that, plus you could put that thing up on a tripod, like if your iPhone are far away and just use this, it's Bluetooth, so you gotta be pretty close, but you could be farther away than your hand, and use this wireless mic, and it did, for 30 bucks, it did a lot better job. And by the way, none of these items that I'm showing you are sponsored. I bought them all, they didn't give me any of these. These are just things that I'm doing on my own, for my own equipment and my own sake, and I'm an engineering nerd, so. But yeah, if you only have the iPhone, I would say get something like this. Maybe not just this one exactly, but this one seemed to work fine. Again, but if it was really, really loud out there with all those cars and such, it's still gonna be pretty loud, as you heard with those cars and such. And on the walk home, you could hear that the lav mic was just so much better too. Now, a couple of things to talk about for the video. I noticed that the GoPro video, both outside, well, first of all, outside, was a lot darker. I think part of that was the way I was holding it. The sun was coming very bright in Arizona in the afternoon. So it was coming from like one side, and the side that it was my face that it was hitting was the side that the iPhone was on. And the side that was in the shadows was the side that the GoPro was on. So I wish I would have seen that earlier. I could have gone back out and flipped hands just to show the difference. Generally speaking, though, the iPhone video is, I think, brighter and more vibrant than the GoPro. But the GoPro has better stabilization and stuff like that. So they both have their positives and negatives. That's why I'm kind of glad I have both for different things. Also, I didn't show you this now, but the iPhone is much better at getting a lot of like creative shots with the cinematic thing and getting shallow depths of field and stuff like that. I like to use the iPhone for that, but when I'm on the road. But so, and also when I was in the basement, the lights down there they're basically like daylight. They're like 5,000 Kelvin, I think. And the auto white balance on the GoPro didn't do a good job. You could see it looked kind of orangey compared to the iPhone. Again, this is more of an audio test, but just saying, because I know people will comment, the auto white balance in the GoPro didn't do a good job. I should, next time if I'm ever filming down there with this, which I probably won't very often because I'll just use my studio stuff, I will put that as a custom white balance and I'll set it to the right one. So that may have been some things there. But again, if you can't control the noise, the GoPro 11 with the media mod with that external lav for me was the best. So that's what I'm gonna be using as I vlog from now on. I don't really like having the wire on there, you know, it's a little more cumbersome, but as you can see, man, it really cut down a lot on the audio. And you couldn't really tell, but that motorcycle that was there was so loud. Like I could barely hear myself talking. And it came through with the lav mic, but it wasn't nearly as loud as what anything else would have been. So anytime I can't control the environment, I'm gonna be using that GoPro with the lav while I'm walking around an airport or in a car. It's just so much better. But if I'm stuck with my iPhone, I forget my GoPro, this is better than the regular one too. So now I've got a bunch of different options to play around with for different vlogging things as I'm gonna be doing up. And also, if you did watch that and you liked it, let me know what else you want to see there. This has been the Game Boy Geek. Hope this has been helpful for you. Typically, I'm breaking down barriers and growing relationships with board games by helping you find the next one you love. Game Toppers not only transforms your existing table to a high-quality gaming solution, they now offer full leg kits and dining cover solutions for the full table application. Paired with their amazing, thematic, premium stitch edge mats from noted board game artists like Vincent Dutray, collapsible cup holders, and really cool accessories, it's a complete system that upgrades every game you play. Go to GameToppersLLC.com or click the link below to late pledge for their latest Game Topper 3.5 Kickstarter campaign.